It's week 7 of the 2022 season, and we've got a showcase of shutdown defenses. It's the Texans and the Raiders on EA Sports.
Well, even with all the buildings along the Las Vegas Strip and all the action here, this is one of the city's biggest attractions. Allegiant Stadium opened back in 2020. Today we've got a matchup here in pivotal Week 7 between the Houston Texans and the Las Vegas Raiders. Hi again, everyone. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gordon. And Charles, we look at the Raiders here entering play. They're off to a terrific start, unbeaten at 5-0 through the first month and change.
And you can hang a lot of this early success on their defense, too. They're the tone setters for these guys, and the entire team feeds off of what they do.
Meanwhile, for our visitors, the Texans, they come in pretty desperate here for a win as they've started the year 0-5.
And it seems way too early to start talking about hot seats. But guess what? When a team is 0-5, people start wondering about their jobs.
And we are underway at Allegiant Stadium. And the opening kickoff will not be returned as that will be a touchback. So here comes the Raider offense now onto the field. Leading them out, it's the third-year man out of Oregon, Justin Herbert.
And he is just absolutely marvelous to watch throw football. That's something I could do all day long, watch him throw routes versus air. But he's even more impressive when there are bodies on the field, and he's creating with big throws downfield.
Herbert on the first play wants to pass it. That's complete to his tight end, Waller. And not much happening there. He's taken down, but a late penalty flag in the backfield. This looks like a roughing call. So now a fresh set of downs. 1st and 10 after roughing the passer. Up the middle they go with Sanders. And that play will go nowhere. Losing yardage back near midfield at the 49. On 2nd and 11 now. Herbert. Nowhere to go for Herbert, and he's going to go down. Multiple players combined for their team's first sack of the game.
2 plays so far, run and a pass attempt, and both have gone backwards.
Probably not how they drew that up.
Not at all.
Looking for a better play coming up on 3rd. I don't think this is the script they had in mind for their opening drive. This is 3rd and long. Justin Herbert looking to pass. And it's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
And that's exactly what defenses talk about. You've got to find ways to get off the field when you can, especially on 3rd down. And 3rd down defense going to be vital in this game. Able to knock that one away and force a 4th down.
And did they keep it in? They did. They kept it in. It's down and close to the goal line at the 1-yard line.
You rarely call your punter a weapon, but he certainly was there. How about that? Pinning him down at the 1-yard line and helping out the defense in a big way. I'm telling you what, if I'm a defensive coordinator, I might be thinking safety right now.
So here are the Texans now with a long field ahead. They'll be led out by the rookie who played his college ball for the Pitt Panthers, so that's Kenny Pickett.
So this is where we find out about the game plan and the trust factor, don't we? In this situation, the natural thing is take care of the ball, run it inside, everyone cover it. Just, get yourself some room and let your punter punt it out of there. But when you really got a QB you can trust, you might want to take a little shot early and try and create some space.
This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2. They run the play fake. Here's Pickett. And this turns into disaster. He's not going to get forward progress. That'll be a safety. Well, we thought these two defenses, they might come to play. One is has already come to play here. A safety for the opening points of the game.
Brandon, let's file this play away because if it turns out to be a tight game, who knows? This could wind up being the difference.
Now the free kick comes after the safety from the 20 as they bring the punter on to try and get some hang time here. Bowden now to return. Second drive of the game coming up for this Las Vegas offense. Yeah, you figure this should be a healthy, a rested, a focused unit, and they're working on a good winning streak. They had the week off last week. This is really a team, Charles, that should be in top 4.
I would agree absolutely with that. What coaches worry about, what organizations worry about, though, is overconfidence. They've been playing so well, and now they've had that extra time off. And we've seen teams come back off the open week and come out flat. So what a lot of good coaches do is they kind of game plan for that with their teams. On defense, they may blitz more in the beginning to get them going. On offense, they may go more up-tempo. Anything to get them out of that lethargy right in the beginning.
On first down, Justin Herbert. Over the middle, and it's caught. Keenan Allen. And he's going to be taken down right at the 40-yard line. And a good quarterback facing zone coverage. If he has just a little bit of time to survey the scene, that's what's going to happen.
No doubt about it. If there's no pressure, he's going to continue to pick them apart because he'll have all that time to find someone open downfield. You can only cover for so long. So maybe they want to go to a zone blitz scheme, get a little bit more pressure. Remember when Carolina did that against Denver? They lost the game ultimately. They dropped the defensive end out, and he ended up with an interception in that game in Super Bowl 50. Maybe some sort of scheme like that to try and get more pressure at the passer.
Throwing again on second down. Herbert. And on the catch right side, this is Sanders. So back-to-back plays, each get nothing. And it brings up 3rd and 5 now. Herbert throwing again. He's got Allen. And he'll be marked down at about the 26-yard line. The Raiders in a perfect 5-0 here to begin the campaign. And they've certainly found their groove of late. Winners of 5 in a row.
And this team is absolutely playing their best football right now. This is the best that we've seen them play in a long time, partner. Sky's the limit as far as they're concerned. Their confidence really soaring.
Play action this time for Justin Herbert. And he's going to go down. They sack him back right around the 30. Ha-ha, Clinton Dix making the safety blitz look easy. Zooms in for the sack. Now, the number one mission of any offensive line, you got to protect that quarterback, keep him safe back there. This time, the rush got to him in a hurry.
And they decided to go with the safety blitz there. And look, if that gets picked up, quarterback really has the advantage then because he'll have more time to throw the football and some wide open space. But when it doesn't, that's a guy who gets a free run into the backfield. And oftentimes, the QB ends up on his backside as he did there.
Going to throw on 3rd down with Herbert. And the throw there going to be incomplete. 4th down, and on comes the Raider kicker, Daniel Carlson. This from 44 yards out, left hash. The kick by Carlson is good, and that will push the lead up to 5. So when you factor in the safety, that's now a 5-point swing.
And look, I'm not going to turn away a 5-point swing because 5 points, that's valuable. Don't get me wrong on this. But if they could have taken that safety and added 7 to it, now you're talking about a really big swing.
Fielded just outside the goal line. And good coverage there on special teams as they'll get him down shy of the 20. So now we get set to see Houston for their second drive of the ball game. They, of course, coming into this one in the midst of a tough losing streak. They did get helped out by the open week last week, and in talking with him, all indications were, Charles, that was a very helpful break.
Yeah, I know a lot of teams, coaches, they hate taking time off in the midst of a losing streak because they think they have to stay on their toes and punch their way out of it. But occasionally, you get that open week, you step back, evaluate what's been going wrong, see what you can put in that can move you forward, and maybe you get a chance to breathe a little bit and kind of start over.
Pickett in trouble, and down he goes. Dropped for a loss of 7 by multiple defenders. We had a pretty good idea that they were going to pressure this young quarterback, and that's now 2 sacks here in the first quarter.
And yeah, this is a secret to exactly nobody, because if you're a rookie quarterback, you know you're going to see pressure. Defenses want to see how you're going to handle it, or if it forces you into making bad decisions. That's their goal.
On 4th down, Matt Hawk to punt it away. Fair catch called for and made, but now we'll have to see about the penalty.
Personal foul, roughing the kicker, defense.
That hurts. If it was running into the kicker, wouldn't be a first down. Roughing, it is a first.
And just think about the differences between the two. Running into the kicker almost feels inadvertent, just a small tap, so to speak. But when you rough him, usually bodies are hitting the ground and flying all different places. And the difference is 5 yards or 50.
Blitz coming, and down he goes. The safety blitz staged to perfection that time as they sack him for a loss of 6.
Are you seeing what I'm seeing? That's 3 sacks now, and this team came into the game in the bottom 5 in the league in sacks.
Yeah,
What's going on?
It's not been their bread and butter. I don't know. Is a blind squirrel finding a nut, or is this something they can build on?
Well, they found some momentum. They found a crack in that offensive line, and they're putting it to good use.
Another try after the first down sack. Pickett, and the open receiver, it's Robert Woods. So the completion good for 6 yards. And that brings up 3rd and a full 10 yards. This defense, Charles, really played well in that win a week ago.
Yeah, and what stood out to me on tape was when they were flying to the football. So that tells me that they've got all their assignments down, and they're playing with extreme confidence.
Throwing on 3rd down. Here's Pickett. He's got a man, complete. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. And a big 32-yard play on 3rd.
There's the arm strength that we saw in college and during the scouting process. And really, it's not just the arm strength there, but the placement as well. To me, that was an excellent combination of arm talent and accuracy.
So how about that for a chain mover? They're all the way down inside the 40 now for 1st and 10. On 1st and 10, it's Pickett. Escaping the pressure right. And he'll just get rid of it. And, Charles, you wonder about this defense coming in. I mean, look, it's no secret they're playing a team that's down on its luck right now. Losers of 5 straight. How does that change how you prepare for a game?
Well, to me, the first thought is you just get after them early, right? Take away any chance of them building any confidence. But the second thing is you prepare a little bit differently. You've got to expect this team to take chances, go for it.
And down he goes. Brought down a Raiders sack. Max Crosby able to record his 5th sack of the season. And he continues, Charles, to be under constant pressure. These sacks, they're starting to pile up.
And if they want to have a realistic chance in this one, they've got to change their blocking assignments. They've got to do a better job to keep him upright. If he's going to be on the deck constantly, they've got no chance to win this game.
On 4th down, Matt Hawk is on to punt. And this will carry out of bounds. Where are they going to spot it now? At about the 18-yard line, it looks like. The Vegas offense ready for their next possession. And they're not going to play this conservative, I don't think. They had the field goal last time, and they're up, but they're looking to put a drive in the end zone.
Oh, I agree with you totally. No one goes out on the field and says, all right, let's just settle for 3, except in certain situations, trying to ice a game, that sort of deal. Most of the time, it's end zone, and that's what you're thinking, and I believe that's exactly what they're thinking as they begin this one.
Yeah, no quarterback ever goes out there saying, hey, let's get 3, right?
Not one that I've ever met.
He's going to fire one deep over the middle. And that's caught inside the 35. And he'll be hauled down at about the 30-yard line.
That's just flat out a beautiful throw right there.
It was a rope. That's maybe the speed you would see on a slant, but he threw that downfield with that kind of pace.
Now, if he throws that one any type of arc, puts a little air under it, that play doesn't happen. He had to fire it in there, and he did exactly that.
So the big play has him all the way down to the 30 now for 1st and 10. They'll go with Akers here up the middle. And this time they were ready for him as they'll stop him right at the line of scrimmage. The defense showing some anger after giving up the big play. This time they'll lose 1 or 2.
Well, they sent the power set out there, and their job is to be man-on-man and move people so they can run the football. But that time, too many men didn't get moved in the box defensively. They end up throwing him for a loss.
On 2nd and 11 now. Herbert. And this is caught. Touchdown, Raiders. Keenan Allen with touchdown number 7 on the year as his guys are able to extend their lead. Well, you know he can be explosive, and he's ultra explosive there on the fly route.
And you know how many times we've talked to coaches and we've had to put it back to us, well, you know something? When you execute really well, it doesn't matter if they know it's coming or not. But sometimes athleticism beats you as well. He just took off and went. And that's almost like one of your turkey bowl games, isn't it? Just go along, man. I'll hit you. And it worked really well for them.
A drive there of just 4 plays. And it was Keenan Allen who finished it all off with the touchdown reception. From a yard or 2 deep, here comes a return. And he'll be dropped at the 21-yard line. So bringing it out of the end zone proves not a good decision. Loses him about 4 yards. Out comes a Houston offense as they get set to take over here. They find themselves in a good-sized hole here, and a good-sized hole early on in this game as they come up on 1st down. Pickett now on 1st down. Rush coming, and he's taken down. Levante David making his presence felt in the backfield. These sacks now, they're starting to pile up, Charles, and that front 7 defensively, they've had their way with this offensive line.
And I think at this stage, we have to start thinking about different play calls. We've got to start helping this quarterback out because the entire game he's been under siege. I don't care what the down and distance. They've got to get the ball in his hands a lot quicker.
They come up on 2nd and long, and the pass protection just has not been there this afternoon. And this one caught by Travis Kelce. And able to get this across the 20 before going out of bounds. 12-0 the score after 1 on EA Sports. Texans football to start quarter 2 as they've got it with a 3rd down coming up. Pickett will look to throw it here. Another pass into the reliable hands of Kelce. And he'll get this up past the 25 before he's out of bounds. They'll go for a gain of 7. And it'll be 4th down.
When you execute a drag or a crossing route really well and give them a chance to let it develop a little bit, you can gain some significant yardage hitting your tight end on that one.
Here's Matt Hawk now to punt. And the fair catch is made at about the 27-yard line. A 40-yard punt, no return. And the Raiders will take over now 1st and 10. Now the Raiders offense, they get set to head back on the field. Well, the football changing hands here, and as this offense takes the field, Charles, they'd be fine with more of the same on this upcoming drive. Last time out, they found the end zone for 6.
And they're certainly hoping for more of the same, but the game plan, I doubt it'll just be a carbon copy of the last drive because I think this offense is ready to break out some new wrinkles and try some new things that might be hidden in their playbook. They want to use that confidence to its advantage while also keeping the defense from anticipating what's up next.
So this, Charles, on paper at least, not the most even of matchups. Polar opposite, really. I mean, on one sideline, you got the hottest team in the league, still unbeaten, and on the other side, a winless squad.
And that's why I owe you, and I owe you big, because you did email me this week to remember any given Sunday. That was a phrase you typed to me, and that's what we have to remember in this ball game. It resounds when you think about it. Unbeaten versus winless, any given Sunday, anything can happen in this league.
Catch number 4 for him on the afternoon, and it'll give him a first down. That catch, by the way, kind of noteworthy. It's number 764 in his career. Ties him with Hall of Famer James Lofton.
And he's done it just as James Lofton did in his career. Smooth.
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. A give up the middle to Akers. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8, 2nd and 2.
And there we saw one of the downsides of blitzing during a rundown, because sometimes you get out of your gaps. You don't fit the run quite as well because you're headed towards the ball carrier with abandon.
On 2nd and a couple, Herbert. And this one taken in on the right sideline, but not in the field of play. They say it's incomplete. The throw led him a little too far and brings up 3rd down. They'll try and run for this with Akers. And he's got the first down, yardage before being taken down at midfield.
Well, they're currently the best in the NFL converting on 3rd down, so it's no surprise there that they picked that one up.
And they've done it many different ways throughout the season, Charles. Picking it up, running it, throwing it, just effective on 3rd downs all year long. On 1st and 10, it's Sanders. The time called here because a member of the Texans is in some discomfort. We'll take a break and get a report from Vegas after this. Six yards on that last play. Here's 2nd and 4. A shotgun snap for Herbert. They'll find his tight end. That's Waller. And he's going to be taken down with another first down as the stop's made at the Texans' 34-yard line. It's a gain of 11 yards that time, and it produces a new set of downs. It's a jet sweep. This is Renfro. Kenneth Murray, the linebacker, there to make the play defensively. From the 28, it's 2nd and 5. Now Herbert with it, looking to pass. Caught by Allen. And he'll be taken down at about the 22-yard line. They'll fake the handoff. Now Herbert. And it's incomplete. Boy, he doesn't drop many like that one. 2nd down. Play action. It's Herbert. It's complete to Cole. And stopped a few yards shy of the goal line at the 3. That puts him in excellent position. 1st and goal after a gain of 19.
But one of the ways the quarterbacks keep all the receivers alive in a play, never lock in on any one guy. Make sure you keep your eyes moving, scan the field. And here he finds the open guy for a nice pickup.
Akers going to be hit and met at the line of scrimmage. They get him down at the 3. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be 2nd down.
Definitely an important sequence here for this defense. They've had their share of struggles in this first half. They just cannot afford to give up another touchdown here.
So they're backed up to the 3-yard line, 2nd and goal. They'll run. Here's Burton, the fullback. And he's going to get this back to the 3-yard line and no further. Now, during that run, an injury here. We got one of those big blockers in some discomfort. We'll take a break and get a report from Vegas after this. 3rd down and goal now, and this Houston defense not backing down. They'll look for one more stop. Back to throw here, Herbert. And he's got Renfro in the end zone. Touchdown, Raiders. A 3-yard touchdown pass as his guys have opened up a very comfortable lead. And all about timing there on that short slant, Charles.
Exactly right. That was timed up so well. The route,
Carlson now to add the extra point. And that one makes this a 19-point game. That drive, a long one, spanning 15 plays. And it was Hunter Renfrow who capped things off with a touchdown reception. Following the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Carlson. And he'll elect not to return this one, so they'll bring it out to the 25 on the touchback. The Texans back out there and ready to go. And we don't want to call this desperation time, especially in the second quarter, but you're down.
You don't want to.
No, but let me finish.
Okay, my bad.
You're down 3 scores already. You've done nothing offensively, nothing on the scoreboard. That's not a good combination.
I think you just called it desperation time. I think you did. But let's face it, you mentioned this to me in a break earlier in the game. The energy level hasn't been there right from the start. We've noticed that. They've got to find a way to get on their toes and start punching instead of retreating, to use a boxing analogy.
They'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
We think, Brandon, I like the intensity this defense is showing right here in these first few drives. They're not just holding the line because they're doing their job, but they're doing more than that, aren't they? They're getting a nice push into the offensive backfield.
And a great example right there for the loss on the tackle. So after the loss of a yard, they'll look to push forward here on 2nd down and 11. Pickett. It's Kelsey on the ground. And they'll get this to the 30-yard line before crossing over out of bounds. 28 yards the gain there on the catch and run. And boy, CD, it's one thing to watch a great run, but when it's a great run with broken contact, it's like a cherry on top. That was a nice play.
Yeah, and that's a run born out of ferociousness. He took on that initial contact and in his mind just screamed, "Out of my way," and kept right on going and wound up turning it into a big play.
1st and 10, here's Pickett. Nowhere to turn here, and he's going to go down. Back at about the 37-yard line. They overload him that time with a safety blitz, and he winds up being dropped for a loss of 7.
I'm starting to wonder if this offensive line just simply doesn't like him. I mean, they've given up 6 sacks in this game. He's had nowhere to go, nowhere to run, and obviously nowhere to hide.
And all those sacks in the first half, this is just complete domination. They come up on 2nd and long, and the pass protection just has not been there this afternoon. Another try after the first down sack. Pickett. And the pressure gets to him again. Multiple rushers break through to drop him for the 7th time this game. Offensively, they're going to have to figure this out before next week. 7 sacks in one game.
Yeah, that's more than any quarterback should have to bear. And if this continues on, there will be another quarterback in the game because no one can stand up to this week after week.
The offense on 3rd down. They've only converted once in 4 tries. This will be 3rd and forever. Pickett back to throw. That ball caught by Slayton. And he'll be hauled down at about the 30-yard line.
I don't know how many times, not just in my playing career, but you and I working together, have we ever heard a coach say, I just don't have that play on my call sheet. And that's really what we had here. That was a big hole they were trying to get out of.
Yeah, big gain, still a ways to go, though. York able to send this one through, and that'll get the deficit back to 16. So that, Charles, a season long, and since he's a rookie, I guess we can go ahead and call that a career long as well.
I love how you put that together because, as everyone at home was saying, okay, has to be career, right, since he's a rookie. Well done by you, but I definitely like what I've seen from him so far this year. Very distinguished college career. He's looking right at home here in the NFL.
The Raider offense now making their way toward the huddle. The offense coming back out here. Plenty of energy, ready to roll, looking to just add to what they have been doing after scoring a touchdown, Charles, their last time out.
And that's a great feeling to have on the sideline, partner, knowing you just won the battle against the opposing defense. And since they came off the field, I'll guarantee you all they want to do is get back out there because they know they have the upper hand on that defense right now.
And this will go as a gain of 7 as he gets it to the 30-yard line. Here's a run with Akers on 2nd down. And down he goes, but he takes it up to the 40. A pickup of 10, and it's enough for a Las Vegas first down. Good push up front, and that run in between the tackles.
Let's play the leverage game here. Offensive line just got lower than the defensive front, and they were able to get their pads on them and move them backwards and create space for their running back to roam.
Now whistles here, and I believe one of the Raider linemen might have been moving.
False start, offense.
A false start backs him up 5, 1st and 15. Going right back to Akers. They get the penalty yardage back plus a yard, 6-yard gain, and it's 2nd and 9.
Consecutive positive runs for him on the last 2 snaps. He certainly appears to be trying to put the offense on his back and just move them down the field when his number is called. The way he's running it, I'd keep going back to him.
On the give, this is Akers. And he'll get it out to midfield. Let's say, yeah, they'll spot it right at midfield at the 50. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a first down.
Well, if they continue to run the football this strong, right up the middle, I don't know if they can wait till halftime to make adjustments. They better find a way to get it done series to series. I don't know if they need to sub some guys out, bring in extra people, maybe change what they're doing on the defensive side of the ball. But right now, they're running the ball very well right at them and right up the middle.
Coming up to the line, and they will need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. They'll run on first down with Akers. And he'll manage to pick up about 4. It's 2nd down. Call it a gain of 4 on first, and that'll make it 2nd down.
It's now 2nd and 6.
Here's Herbert. And he's going to go down. The Texans come at him and able to bring him to the ground. It'll go as a loss of about 6, and now it brings up 3rd. So, Charles, no turnovers yet for this offense, but those sacks now, they're starting to pile up.
And one thing usually leads to another because they've got to figure out how the offensive line and everyone else involved in protection can keep their quarterback upright and allow him a chance to throw the ball downfield.
7th play of this drive coming up, but a long way to go on 3rd down. He's going to find and complete it to Renfro. And, boy, he is very close to a first down, but from where they're spotting that football, he's going to be a foot or so short.
And I believe that that gain on 3rd and long changes things quite a bit because this would be a very long field goal. I wouldn't be surprised to see him go for it here.
So now on comes the field goal unit, and wow, this is no ordinary try here. They'll spot it at the 47, so call it a 57-yard attempt. And he missed it. It's no good, and this will stay a 2-score game at 16.
And now 2 problems as I see it. First, you missed the kick, which granted was a long one. But second, you set the other guys up with great field position and enough time to maybe get downfield and get a field goal attempt of their own.
The Texans with the football here late in this first half. And with good starting field position and 3 timeouts as well in their pocket, no reason not to try and put a late scoring drive together. Pickett to throw on first down. And that is caught on the right sideline, but out of bounds, says the line judge. The throw took him a little too far. It's 2nd down. Pickett, he'll look to throw it. Pickett in trouble, and down he goes. Now the Texans will burn the first of their timeouts as they stop it here with just under 40 ticks to go in this first half. On 3rd down, here's Taylor. Now the defense going to use the first of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 35 seconds to go in quarter number 2. Here's Matt Hawk now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. Abdullah to return. 8 yards on the return following a punt of 41. And it'll be Raiders football, 1st and 10. The Raider offense heading back for one final first-half drive. Already enjoying a 2-score lead here late in the second quarter. Not a ton of time left. We'll see if they can work this at least into field goal range and try to get 3 to add up. He's got him in! Complete! Now the Raiders going to go ahead and use the second of their timeouts. So that means they're down to 1 remaining here as we head toward halftime. So how about that for a chain mover? They're all the way down inside the 40 now for 1st and 10. Here's Herbert. And that is incomplete. 16 seconds now on the clock. 2nd and 10. Here's Herbert once more. And that'll be incomplete with 11 seconds remaining now. So now 3rd and 10. A big play to start the drive, but nothing since. Herbert. Left side here to Sanders. And he can only manage to take this thing to the 38, well shy of the first down. Now whistles and a timeout with 3 seconds left in the first half. So 3 seconds here remain in the half on as the field goal unit to see about getting 3 points. And he has got it from 55 yards away. That was never in doubt. So we have reached halftime here in Vegas with the Raiders on top. As we send you to our EA studios in Orlando, here's Jonathan Coachman with our EA Sports Halftime Report.
Okay, Brandon, thanks very much. A lot to get to here as some of the division races starting to take shape as we look around the NFL here in week number 7. Let's check on one final game for you. And you can see they are scoreless as they play the second quarter. Moving on, let's take a look at the next-gen stats for the Texans in that first half. And they will need to get this passing game in gear because they did not do much of anything in that first half. And it's why the scoreline is what it is. Meanwhile, for the Raiders, we check out their numbers on the ground as they'll try to keep the momentum going into the second half.
All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. No run back here to begin the half, and we will start at the 25-yard line. And the Texans getting ready to go here to begin the third quarter. And they look up at the scoreboard facing that deficit. A 3-score game, Charles, but look, there's plenty of time to go here. The old football cliche that comes to my mind is you can't get it all back at once. They probably need something, though, out of this drive, at least 3 points.
Are you trying to say that there's no 3-score drive on that play sheet for any of those coordinators? They just don't have it, right? You're trying to get it all back. You know you can't get it back in one drive, but maybe cut into it a little bit as you just suggested. Try and create a little bit of momentum, a little bit of a spark, and then maybe that'll carry over.
Pickett throwing again on second down. This is caught. It's Woods. And he's going to have another first down as the tackle comes at the Raiders' 40. That one goes for 24 yards.
Well, this is an awfully tough route to defend in man coverage because he lines up on the right and then runs a crossing route back to the other side of the field. So as a defender, you're not only trailing him the whole way, you're also looking out for your own guys to make sure you don't get yourself picked off. And then you can't catch up in time to prevent the completion.
To the air on first down with Pickett. Going right side, he finds Slayton. And all the way inside the 15 before they drop him. A good pickup there, 26 yards.
Now what we're seeing, this is much better from this offense because so far in this game, no touchdown to this point. And what's usually a direct correlation? Very few explosive plays. That's been their issue. Not able to make that big shot downfield or break one off, but a nice game there for a first down.
From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. That is caught at the 7-yard line. And that's good for a pickup of 10 yards. And they'll be left with a second and about a foot. From the gun, here's Pickett. And he's just going to throw this one out of bounds here. Nowhere to go with it, incomplete.
I'm sure it was a tough halftime trying to figure out some strategy to get things going, trailing by a lot when they went into the locker room. He's just trying every avenue to spark his team here to begin the third quarter. Not a lot going on that play, though.
And that is caught. Touchdown, Texans. Quez Watkins from 4 yards out. And the Texans are able to cut into this lead as they score on the opening drive of the second half. Well, with this rookie QB, we talk a lot about his ball placement and how good he can be at laying it right in there. I think we just saw, Charles, though, the strength of that arm. That was an absolute rifle for the completed touchdown.
It absolutely was, and let's face it, you think he was really ready to get that first touchdown? Absolutely. He threw that pass with authority, just as you described. Big-time arm right there, and let's face it, a lot of quarterbacks used to be pitchers in baseball. The fastball was usually their best pitch, and we saw it there.
York ready, and here we go as he sends this one away. Fields it right around the goal line. And he will make it back to the 15, and that's it. Good coverage there by the kick team. Wide receiver Keenan Allen bringing out the rest of this offense. And I know that they've double-teamed him a couple times, but not a ton. Whatever they're doing isn't working. He's up over 100 yards. We'll see how they adjust.
And when they do that, they weaken their defense in other places as well. And how many times have we done games where we've seen a guy have a big game like this, but it's usually not by himself, is it? Right. Usually it opens it up for other people to have big games as well.
And incomplete on the deep ball. Herbert off of play action. A pass complete downfield to Renfro. And way up past the 35 before he's taken down. A gain there of 21 yards. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. On the handoff, it's Akers. And they bring him to the ground just shy of midfield. 52 yards rushing for him now on what was his 10th carry of the ball game.
We don't talk about it very often, but sometimes there's a dip in intensity when you start the second half, which can manifest itself in some sloppy tackling. And how about right there? He ran right through that weak tackle attempt.
On 1st down, it's Herbert. He's going to look for Allen now on the deep ball. And that is incomplete. An incomplete pass on 1st down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. Now it's Herbert. Throw right side going to be caught by Waller. And they're going to get this down to about the 37.
When you get a big tight end like this, sometimes it takes more than one man to bring him down. Oftentimes, your best bet, just jump on and hold on and wait for your teammates to arrive to help get him on the ground.
So a 1st and 10 now in Houston territory at the 37-yard line. Out of the gun, Herbert delivering another one here to Darren Waller. He's got it again. And he'll be brought down at the 27.
Nice rhythm throw there on 1st down. He located his tight end, made it a nice easy pitch and catch.
Hoping he can break a tackle or two. Wasn't able to do that there, but still good yardage. Here's Akers. And he'll be brought down at the 21, just shy of the 20 in the red zone. 7 yards there and a first down.
Looks to me like maybe there's a little attrition setting in with this drive, because when you see that type of a run, I get the feeling the defense getting a little bit tired.
And that's the last thing they need, especially when they look up at the scoreboard. Herbert setting up to throw on first down. Whipping one into Allen. That's complete. And he gets it inside the 10 to the 9. A solid pickup of 12 yards, and now they're knocking on the door.
Well, that's what you're looking for when you want to throw the ball downfield. You want one of those guys who can play out on the perimeter, can play out wide, who can not only get open, but when they're covered, can uncover themselves downfield and create catches.
They'll run here with Akers. And from the 9, they get this to the 5-yard line. 2 of their 3 red zone trips so far they've come up empty on. They'll look to reverse that trend on 2nd and goal. And the hole closes quickly here. He can fight only to about the 4. They've been so good on 3rd down all day long. Can they convert another here on 3rd and goal? And they're going to get to him. A sack. Sack back at the 9-yard line. Tack McKinley. He's the culprit, causes a loss of 5, and it brings up 4th down.
3rd and goal, they decided to throw for it, but how about the play defensively? Couldn't find anyone open, left him nowhere to go with the football, had to absorb the sack.
Daniel Carlson set for the Raider field goal. This is a 26-yard attempt. The kick by Carlson is good, and that will extend their lead even further. Well, I don't know if they would have gone for it on 4th and goal anyway, but the sack on 3rd down pretty much made their mind up for it.
You're exactly right about that. And this is a tough place on the field to take a sack because, as you just noted, it took the decision-making away from them. Now they have to go for a field goal instead of potentially going for it.
And he'll be brought down right on the chalk of the 20. Houston's offense taking over again. A strong showing their last time out. They scored the touchdown, but Charles, they look up and they're still down double digits, so you feel like just to keep pace, this drive probably needs to end in the end zone as well.
Yeah, and I think the best move for them is to not worry about how far they are down on the scoreboard, but to just remember the last drive and how it ended. Go ahead and try and repeat that. Then you can look at the scoreboard and see where this game is.
Throwing on first down, but this one winds up to be incomplete. To throw once more on 2nd and 10. Pickett. And that's caught left side. It's Woods. And they're able to get this one across the 35. Give them 17 on the pickup there, and the Texans also get a new set of downs. First down, Houston. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. Pickett now on 1st down. Looking right sideline, but it's incomplete. So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on 1st down. Back to throw, Pickett. And that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's 3rd down. They'll throw again with Pickett. Then he's got the hook up here. It's Woods. And they stop him up short of the 1st down as they get him at about the 43. And that's good for a gain of 6. And that's going to make it 4th down.
One hallmark of good defenses is understanding the game, understanding positioning, and tackling immediately in the secondary after catches. I think we just saw that on display right there.
Got to him before he ever had a chance to think about turning it upfield. On is the punter, Hawk, as he gets this one away. That'll go as a punt of 42, 7 on the return. And out will come the offense as they take over. Here's Las Vegas ready to take the field. Their drive last time, it stalled out. They were forced to take the short field goal.
And the key phrase, you nailed it, forced to, because you know coaches look at these short field goals as a last resort, right? To them, that's not how drives are supposed to end. You're supposed to put 6 on the board. That's a consolation prize. Like going to the county fair, you don't get the big stuffed animal on that one, do you?
No, you don't go top shelf. That's bottom shelf material. And he'll lose yardage on this one, back to the 13. So that'll go as a 4-yard. And they're going to face an uphill.
It goes against the instincts of the person catching the ball, because all you're ever taught is catch the football, don't drop it.
But drop it there.
Yeah, in that situation, dropping it would have been better. End up losing yardage, even though they completed the pass.
As good as a sack.
Yeah, how about that? Although they won't get the same credit for it, and it won't help them at contract time.
Herbert has it knocked free. And the Texans scoop it. And they will bring this one back. A fumble return for a Texans touchdown. This defense, Charles, they needed some type of a spark to help get them back in this game. I think they just got their spark.
No doubt about it. And you know, that's all they discussed. How can we get ourselves moving again? How can we get our team going? This definitely qualifies.
York now for the extra point. And this one's back to an 8-point game. The scoop and score, always an exciting play in football, and we witnessed it there, grabbing it off the ground and then rumbling it into the end zone for 6. So here's the kickoff now as they'll get it again following that fumble return for a score. Taking it about the 1. The Raiders now set to get the football back. And they'll be looking to start fresh. Just a moment ago, they were backed up, coughed up the football, and then saw it go the other way for 6 points.
I just wonder, partner, sometimes they put such an emphasis on things. And you know, in that situation, as they ran out there, they were told, take care of the football, don't cough it up. And sometimes that's the last thing you hear, and that's exactly what you do.
And he tries to keep the legs churning, but he's going to be stopped behind the line.
I'll tell you what, this defense hasn't played its best, but they're still right in this football game. And if they keep making plays just like that, they're going to give their offense a chance.
A 3-yard loss to start the drive. They'll look to make that up and then some on 2nd and 13. Herbert now. Being chased out left. And he'll slide to a halt here. Still a little shy of the first down marker. And now we're going to get a timeout here called by the defense. And as the two teams talk it over on their respective sidelines, we take a break. Able to find Walter. That's complete. And he is going to have the Raiders first down as he's able to get 8 yards there on 3rd and 5. 5th catch of the game for him there.
Yeah, and the tight end position is now becoming a volume pass catcher. Used to be occasional, right? Safety valve. Throw one to him every so often, but more mainly they want him out there to block. Nowadays, an integral part of the passing game, and they create such great mismatches that they often become the leading receiver.
Play action. It's Herbert. Looking again for Waller, and he's got him again. And he'll be taken down, but not before they reach the 50. Back-to-back receptions for him, and it's another first down.
We'll give them credit for a good read right there, because they read the man coverage on the right side and sent the tight end a few steps down the field and then angled him to the left on a crossing route. He was able to get enough separation on this play to turn it into a nice gain.
From the 50, here's Herbert. Caught by Allen. And he's going to be taken down right at the 40-yard line. And with that last play, he's now up over that 300-yard mark.
And in today's NFL, it almost feels routine. And I hate that when we talk about a 300-yard passing game. To me, 300 yards still signifies excellence, and he's achieved that in this performance.
On the ground, it's Akers. And the stop here will come at the 38-yard line.
It's a gain of 2.
And they're not going to get to the line to run another play. So we will switch ends as the third quarter has come to a close. You are watching the NFL on EA Sports. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. They'll go again here with Akers. And not a whole lot of room to operate there on the first down run. He gets maybe 3. From the 35 on 2nd down. Herbert throws left side, complete to Keenan Allen. And he's going to be taken down with another first down as the stop's made at the Texans' 25-yard line. Give him 10 yards there as this offense is on a roll. This drive continues to plunge forward. On first down, Justin Herbert. And look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted. It's T.J. Carey who picked it. Past the 20. And they will score a pick 6 for the Texans TD. So this defense doubling its pleasure there. Remember, they had the fumble return for a score earlier in the game, and now this time an interception return for another score. Pickett will try to throw for this. And he's got it. The conversion good, and we are tied in the 4th. Still time to work with on the clock, but they wanted the tie now, and they got it.
And I love their aggressiveness. Go ahead and get it done. Get the game tied. Now your team has the momentum, and you're staring across the field saying, let's see if you can match us.
Set to go now with the kickoff. These two teams all even again as we continue in this wild 4th quarter. Fielded just outside the goal line. And he'll get it up across the 20 to the 21-yard line. The Raiders heading out to take over. They will look to flush the memory of that pick 6 as we now have a brand new tie ball game here in the 4th quarter. Getting down to the good stuff. It'll be Sanders to begin the drive. And he'll be tackled at the 23 after a gain of 3. Now 2nd and 7 from the 23. An option handoff given to Sanders. Call it a gain of 5 there on the run, but they'll remain a yard or 2 short here with 3rd down coming up. They'll run here with Akers. He's going to be a yard short. Needed 2, but only got 1. 4th down.
Well, they picked up a portion of it, but not all that they needed. Now that leads to a decision on 4th and 1. Let's see what they decide to do.
Las Vegas sending out their punter now as he'll punt it away for the 2nd time. And a fair catch signaled for and taken just outside the 20-yard line. So possession goes over here on the punt. And the Texans will take over with a 1st and 10. Pickett to throw on 1st down. He's got his pass-catching tight end. That's Pitts. A gift for Taylor running right side. And he went nowhere. He'll lose yardage back to the 29. The Texans on 3rd down. They've struggled to the tune of 2 for 8 so far. This time it's 3rd and 3. Buying time to his left. And he's left with no option here but to throw it away. Here's Matt Hawk now as he's on for the 5th time here today. And he deserves a bronze leg as he gets this one away. Fair catch called for and made right at the 25-yard line. A 41-yard punt there with no return. And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over. So out come the Raiders. Excellent job by their defense to force the punt and provide them with this opportunity, all tied in the 4th quarter. Herbert on 1st down now. This throw over the middle taken in by Cole.
Herbert's pass complete to Keelan Cole. It's a gain of 5. Brings up 2nd and 5.
To throw again on 2nd down. Herbert, quick slant complete to Keenan Allen. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. His big game continues. 10 catches now and another 1st down.
And partner, in a tie game in the 4th quarter, you and I both know in the NFL, that's when you lean on your stars, and he came through with a nice catch right there.
On 1st and 10, Herbert. And he'll go right back to Allen. That's complete. And he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35. A well-executed 22-yard gain. A shotgun snap for Herbert. He's got a man. That's Keenan Allen. And he's going to be taken down at the 28-yard line.
It's a pickup of 6. Brings up 2nd and 4.
They'll fake the handoff. Now Herbert. And that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on. 3rd down.
3rd down and 4.
Here's Herbert. Eluding the pressure right. And he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. Multiple defenders get to him there, and that is the 6th time he's been sacked in this ball game. I don't know what else can be said about this pass rush. They have been sensational. CD, that is now 6 sacks for them.
And how many times do we talk to offensive coordinators and they say a sack is a result of everyone on offense not doing their job? But let's be honest about this one. This is the offensive line unable to counter the pass rush. They've been teeing off all game long.
4-yard attempt.
Carlson able to put this one through. And they have taken the lead here in the 4th quarter. So the drive here ends with a field goal. It does give them the lead, but this one's still certainly a long ways from over.
It definitely puts a lot of pressure on your defense to hold the lead, right? They're happy to have it and happy to be out there trying to do so. But I know as a former player, in the back of their mind, they're thinking, why don't you score the touchdown and seal this thing?
And he won't get this to the 20-yard line as he's down at the 19. And now out comes Houston. And now they find themselves trailing following the field goal. Still a good amount of time in this 4th quarter, but this drive very well could determine the outcome of this ball game. A carry by Taylor to start the drive. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. On 2nd and 11 now. Pickett. He's got a man complete. And they work this well upfield across the 45. A gain there of 30 big ones.
Well, this is where an offense needs to show what it's made of, and in fact, where a quarterback needs to show what he's made of, trying to engineer a 4th quarter comeback, and he hits a big one right there.
The big play has him all the way out near midfield for a 1st and 10. They give to Taylor out of the gun. And nothing much materializing there in the 1st down run. He'll get a couple, and that's it. From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. Looking right side, and that's complete to Watkins. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. 22 yards there, a 1st down.
And here we are in the 4th quarter, partner, and watch them drive for what would be a go-ahead touchdown. And you and I both know this is where you need a quarterback who can keep his cool back there, not just for himself, but to keep the rest of the team relaxed too.
first and 10. It's Pickett. And this one too low. So now they'll come up on second and 10 once again from the 28. Running left, Taylor. And just good downhill running there as he'll take this to the 15-yard line. A fresh set of downs on a gain of 13 there for the Texans.
Well, they've certainly been successful throwing it around in this game, and that's allowed them to move the ball on offense. But I've got to tell you, to watch them run the football and successfully, I'm not taking sides, but to see the ball in a running back's hands, oh, that's football for me.
Line of scrimmage, the 15. It's first and 10. Here's the leading rusher amongst rookies last season, Najee Harris. On second and 9, Pickett. To the goal line, but it's incomplete. One of the bigger plays in the game thus far, and the crowd getting into it as we come up on a big third down. Pickett will look to throw it here. That one thrown away from the pocket. The officials kind of looking at each other, but they'll say there was a receiver in the area, so no penalty, just an incomplete pass. So the field goal unit is on the field as this is a big spot right here. From the left hash, a 31-yard attempt. York able to send this one through. And in the fourth quarter, this game is tied. Now, we knew this had the potential to be a tight game, but with less than 3 minutes to play, couldn't be any tighter. We're all tied.
All locked up, right? And this next drive is going to tell us everything we need to know about this game because I want to see how they come out with the football. Are they going to be aggressive and attack downfield? You still got the 2-minute warning to come up. Or are they going to be conservative and try and hold on and maybe just get to overtime?
And now this offense comes back out onto the field. And we essentially have a brand-new ball game. After that last field goal has tied us all up, we brace for what should be an exciting rest of this fourth quarter. They'll begin on the ground with Akers. They'll be dropped after a gain of about 6 across the 30 to the 31. Play action this time for Justin Herbert. He's got Allen. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. All tied up, less than 2 minutes to go. So it's Raider football as we get you reset. They've got it first and 10 as they search for a go-ahead score. Herbert to throw. The open man here, Renfro. And a 6-yard gain gets him right around the 43. Herbert going to throw. Back to Renfro again, complete. And he's going to be taken down with another first down as the stop's made at the Texans' 27-yard line. It's a pickup of 16 there, and it'll lead to a new set of downs. Very sharp here to start this drive, 3 for 3.
Yeah, I like the way he's running this 2-minute drill. Very sharp, very precise in throwing the football.
They'll go with Akers here up the middle. And he's brought down at the 24 after a gain of 4. Now the Texans will burn the first of their timeouts as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming second down play. A give up the middle to Akers. Now a second timeout called for by the defense, as the clock will stop with just 70 seconds left to go in the game. Now play number 7 of this drive, but it's a tough 3rd and 9. Now a run with Akers. And they stop him short of the first as he can only get to the 20. Now the defense will burn their 3rd and final timeout. And as the two teams talk it over on their respective sidelines, we take a break. The kick by Carlson is good. And with a little over a minute to play, they have taken the lead. So it's another field goal here. He may need to ice his leg after this one. That's now 5 field goals converted in this game alone.
Yeah, get the trainer. They're going to need this guy. And they've needed every single one of the field goals he's made, too. If they're going to get out of here with a win, I say he gets a game ball.
And he'll be brought down shy of the 20, so the decision to bring it out of the end zone, not a good one. So now the Texans down 31-28. A little under a minute to go. Now their losing streak in danger of continuing as they come up on first down. Now Pickett. And that is caught on the right sideline, but out of bounds, says the line judge. The throw took him a little too far. It's second down. So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10. Here's Pickett. Steps away to his left. Nothing open downfield, so he'll throw it away. Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions. Pickett to throw. He's going to let it fly. He's got a man complete. And he'll be brought down inside the 40-yard line. Over the middle, that's caught by Taylor. And the tackle going to be made at the 38. Well, Charles, I know you have a lot of questions, so do I, about the decision there at the end. It had the potential game-time field goal. Yes, it would have been a long field goal, but they passed it up, and they lose the game.
And you're right, partner. We all have questions, but I don't think anyone's going to ask the question more forcefully than the person who signs the checks for the entire organization. Why didn't you run the field goal kicker out there? He had a chance to tie the game. Looked like a makeable kick. Was the kicker hurt? Did you just not like the field conditions? This head coach is going to have a heck of an explanation.
So for Las Vegas, they remain as hot as anyone at 6-0 now through the first month and a half. And they will hit the road next week for a date with the New Orleans Saints. Meanwhile, for Houston, the downward spiral continues as they drop to 0-6 now. And they'll be at home next week for a date with the Tennessee Titans.